Greetings from Eastern Nigeria, Umochukwu. Yet another news update this Wednesday. EPA directs Biafrans not to obey the NLC order. That's the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic in exile, Simon EPA, have directed or instructed the Biafrans not to obey the order issued by the NLC now or whenever. He also directed them that they should not obey orders of subnationals or entities in the Federation of the contraption. In a statement, the Prime Minister released, I quote, "The Nigerian Labour Congress order will not be respected in Biafra territory. Any order from any Nigerian establishment is not welcomed in Biafra. We are gradually moving to self-governance, which will later lead to self-referendum. When we are ready for this, the world will be notified. Follow the liberation of Biafra step by step as we do the magic." End of quote. Now, Kano is, I beg your pardon, EPA and Kano, they are doing the same thing, so we can use the name interchangeably. Alright, so now EPA is saying this. Say, Biafrans, you are not permitted to obey this NLC directive to embark on nationwide strike, even as the strike has been shelved or suspended. Say, whenever they will call it up, say, do not join them. He also said, look, if the subnationals and other entities direct you to do one thing or the other, said, do not listen to them, because Biafra is coming. He said that the self-governance the Biafrans is gradually moving into will culminate in self-referendum, and that is very important. Self-referendum, that is the key. Now, Simon EPA said self-referendum. Of course, you know that the Biafrans has been calling on the international community for referendum. There has never been any time the agitators asked Nigeria to the authorities to balkanize the country. No. What the Biafran agitators are asking the federal government to do is to call for a referendum, a plebiscite, wherein people will willingly submit their own authority to whichever, whether to Nigeria or to the Biafra. Yes, but the federal government is afraid, because if they're not afraid, what is there to call for plebiscite or for referendum? People on their own vote and said, we want to stay here on the other side. So now, because of this failure and frustration, EPA is saying that they will impose self-referendum. That is why the Biafrans, agitators, has been calling on international community, particularly those of the United States of America, those that preaches doctrine of democracy, to come and intervene. Because this is the issue of you willingly submit to your authority, that is democracy. But that is not what we are practicing in Nigeria. What we are practicing in Nigeria is subjugation, conquest, annihilation. Subdue them. Take it by force. Might is right. That is not how. Look, there's a limit you can push that. There's a limit you can push that. So, the federal government of Nigeria has frustrated all efforts, all attempts to call for a referendum. Now, EPA is saying he will impose this referendum. That Biafrans should wait and see. That only they should follow step by step. That they will see how he does the magic. That's what he's saying. So they are moving gradually from self-governance. So they have started governing themselves. So they will move to self-referendum. So the international community, the Americans, the European Union, and the United Nations, they should be aware. Because they're supposed to do this thing. To come and conduct the referendum. So that people will not be ruled like we are in the medieval era, where it is by conquest. A mighty man of valor will rise from somewhere or from nowhere, and we conquer territories and start ruling them with iron fist, with decrees. That is it. Draconian laws, autocratic, and feudalism. So that is what is happening in Nigeria now. It's a reign of impunity. Strength is might. Might is right. Let us do it. We have the power, we have the army, we have the military. So everybody is saying, you have the power, you have the might, you have the strength, you have the military. Keep it. We are coming. We are bringing the referendum since you don't want to provide atmosphere for it. So this is what he's saying. So for those who are saying, oh, we're embarking on nationwide strike, I said nothing like that. Biafrans will not join in that strike. Even if, because they will convene by 19th June. This month, they will still convene again for another meeting. That's the NLC, TUEC, and the federal government. So, but whatever the outcome is, I said, do not join them. Whether they are going for the strike or they are not going, do not join them. You are not part of them. So this is a message to all Biafrans. We are conveying the message of Eba to his own people, to the people of Biafrans who are in Nigeria. So this one should send message to the federal government being led by Tinubu. Now, they said in his tribulation. So he should look into it, because if he allows the Biafrans, if he forces them and he allows them to take their self-referendum, the Nigerian system will get it out. Yes. But it will be better for them to conduct the referendum. It will be honorable that this is a system that has worked. At least Nigeria as a government knows the process, and that is what they have done. It's just like in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If the Nigerian government would have done the right thing, the proper thing, by doing the extradition the way it's supposed to be, they would have seen as a civilized people. Now they have made the mistake. If they corrected themselves, because they have time to correct themselves, they correct themselves, release the leader of the IPOB and apologize better. Even now, the United Nations Working Group on Human Rights have called on them to do the needful. They still have the time. They didn't do it that time. The Court of Competent Jurisdiction gave them the leeway. They did not follow it. So now, the president who is occupying that seat now, Tinubu, still have time today, tomorrow, to do that, to give this contraption for once honor, because this self-referendum, it will not be honorable to Nigeria, and they will get it hot. Yes. So, but peacefully, Eba has been calling. Onye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been calling for it before Eba came on board for this referendum. But frustration has been coming from all angles from the federal government.